Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, aka CSPR. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this tweet here from myself. So I did say, 75% of a token supply is locked away. It's sitting under $500 million in market cap still. Enterprises are building on it with $7 billion to $10 billion waiting to be tokenized on the network at any moment. Not listed on Binance, Coinbase, and other tier 1 exchanges. Probably nothing. Now, every single day that I go over here to Casper.live and I look at the overall supply locked away, 75% of the total supply, I think to myself, it's crazy because already there's 93.8% of the supply out in circulation, and with 75% of that gone, it only leaves such a small amount there left to buy. Now, I'm not going to say that Casper is going to have a supply shock or anything like that, but a day where you have enterprises interacting with the network, holding, transacting with, and basically utilizing a ton of the Casper supply combined with retail locking their Casper away, it could essentially lead to a supply shock. But will we see it anytime soon? It's questionable. One thing that I've always noted as well is the 8% year over year. That 8% year over year inflation, that is going to get eaten up like nothing. A lot of people think it's a lot, but it truly is not much at all when you calculate it. It will take a decade for the supply to double. And even then, we still have less supply than what ADA did at $3. Think about that. In a decade, having the same amount, actually less supply than Cardano at its all-time high of $3. Crazy. Now, also, NFT NYC 2023 is happening, and Casper's there in full, allowing individuals to understand the potential behind Casper and the power behind it. We've seen a few posts from them. There's actually two here that I do want to play. They're both about a minute long, but listen closely.
Hi, it's Joe from the Casper Association. We're at NFT NYC. Here's 3 reasons why you should build your NFT project on Casper. Number 1, upgradable smart contracts. When you build on Casper, you'll be able to update your code as needed so that your project can evolve. Number 2, community. Casper has a growing community of developers and builders who are known for being highly supportive and willing to share insights and resources. Number 3, enhanced security. Casper's NFT standard offers unparalleled security like contract level permissions, multi-signature wallets, and cryptographically verified authenticity and ownership.
And I love to see this type of marketing, especially when it's right on par with straight to the point, factualization, and why, you should come over to Casper and build out on it. Listen, Casper, in my opinion, right now, as it sits, is right up there with HBAR, with the XRP Ledger, with Algorand, etc. I truly believe that Casper long-term is going to shock a lot of people. I do believe that this could very well be a 50 to 100x giant in the short term, and then in the long term, I mean, who knows where this thing could go. But as we do look at what's happening out on the ecosystem, we see projects coming over to build. Mainly it's centered around NFTs, tokenization. We know DeFi is coming at some point in time as well. There's a lot happening, and we do see here, we love meeting builders. We love meeting builders in person at NFT NYC. Hear what XP Network CEO has to say about why they're building an NFT multi-chain bridge. Hint, utility first. Listen closely.
The reason that we actually created XP Network is to make that infrastructure that we believe will actually create a big step forward to what we think NFTs are going to become, which is the biggest off-crypto driver that we see right now. And we see more and more projects and more games and actual dApps that are actually making the utility first rather than the crypto side first. And we see that trend going up, which brings in users that doesn't have anything to do with crypto at all. So this is highly important to actually make crypto mainstream. We're getting asked this a lot, what blockchain can we actually build on? And Casper has so many technological benefits and good community, and this is actually a great place that we'll be happy to recommend for people to build on. And because of the bridge itself and because Casper is becoming integrated, they are not limited to just the Casper ecosystem. So they can actually build the entire property of the NFT dApp while sending over and receiving NFTs from all supported chains.
And again, I'm very excited for this because not only do they recognize the value behind the tech stack within Casper, But also NFTs. Listen, a lot of people think that NFTs are basically dead. That, oh, it was just a big hype, cycle around NFTs. That's why Bored Ape Yacht Club was going for, 100 Ethereum each. No, listen, as we look at NFTs are far from dead. There is a lot more utility around NFTs. Like, for an example, the IPWE announcement. Like, they are going to be utilizing Casper for utility-based NFT tokenization. And I think that this is such a huge use case advantage for Casper as well, because of the tech stack behind its tokenization, as well as smart contracts and things like that. I am very excited for the future around NFTs, because I think that's just an area that a lot of people are kind of forgetting about, with AI being the big thing right now, and NFTs kind of coming into the space and then all of a sudden like kind of disappearing because everyone was just pump and dumping like NFT projects. Outside of the artwork, there is so much left to explore around NFTs, and I just don't think people are really seeing that value. But also over here from X Frontier, we do see we are not in search of the hype cycle, right? What we're building isn't sexy, but it is extremely valuable. And so I would say that that's one of the reasons why you probably don't see it in the mainstream news cycle. And yes, this is also another thing around Casper. Like, a lot of people are not hyped up about Casper. A lot of them are just kind of focused on, the main things like, oh, well, there's 8% year over year. And like, they're mainly looking at like the negative things around Casper, because again, there's not a ton of positive hyped up news. Listen, you go look at any other network and all it is constant hyped up news. Like ADA, I hate to, take shots at ADA, but for the longest time, we've seen things around ADA that just were not morphing into reality, but they were still, utilizing as an example on why ADA is like some great technology. Casper's not doing that. Casper is telling us, hey, these are the facts. This is what's happening. You either want to build with us or you don't. You either want to invest with us or you don't. It's that simple. But when you look at the partnerships around Casper, these are no joke. These are no joke. These are the projects, or these are the partners that these projects that are becoming the next evolution of utility gems that are, making a statement behind the scenes, development wise. And I'm not talking about hype wise. Those are going to be the ones that are around the longest, the ones that are here building solid use cases, not hyping it up, utilizing their time in a way that every project should during the bear market, which is utility focused. Now, also over here from IPWE, we have Porsche Automobile Holdings SE's latest market value is $8.86 billion. But what's even more impressive is the valuation of their IP portfolio alone. According to CM, Porsche's patent portfolio is worth a staggering $22.92 billion. Think about that. Their market value is almost $9 billion. Their IP portfolio value is almost $23 billion. It's practically 100% more value than their market value. That is crazy to me. And there was a few quotes on this that I actually found very interesting. And in fact, it was one from the X Frontier. We do see it's estimated that $7 to $10 billion in aggregate value will soon be minted on Casper. The number of patents minted was initially 25 million, but now I hear the number is more around 40 million. Porsche's IP value is almost 2.5 times larger than its market value. Not here to speculate or hype, just want to point out how massive blockchain will be for IP, which again, I've mentioned so many times because a lot of people just don't care about like IP technology. Listen, this is what makes a lot of businesses extremely valuable, is their IP. IP is huge. I think everyone should be looking into IPWE because this project, this partnership is such a huge one that everyone continues to overlook. I've broken this project down many times in the past. I truly think that this one is going to add so much value to Casper. A lot of people will be surprised to know how much some of the IP portfolios are worth around some of these projects and some of these companies like Porsche, for an example. So yeah, this is something pretty incredible. And this kind of puts things into perspective on just how large the IP market is. Now, also over here from Casper, we do have a little bit of a quote from 2021 from the CEO of IPWE, The patent industry is ripe for digital evolution. We are confident that partnering with Casper Labs and building on the Casper network provides the strongest solution to supercharge the digitization of the patent and IP ecosystem. Very similar to XDC. You guys probably watched my XDC videos. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to. But they are disrupting the trade finance market. Now, trade finance, it doesn't sound that great. Listen, to most people around retail, they don't even know what most of these markets are. They don't understand the value behind them. But as you look at trade finance, you know, on front value, like, you don't really care about it. But then when you look at the fact that it's worth $19 trillion, there's a tech gap that's worth about like $1.8 trillion, then things get a little interesting. The same with IP. Patent pending and things like that around patents, it's such a huge industry. And like I said, it's what allows a lot of these companies to be valued at such high valuations because patents are worth a ton of money. They are also what secures a lot of these companies. So to me personally, this is huge. I think that this is much larger than what most people are looking at. And I know IPWE has been a project that we've been talking about forever now, but it still is one of the most valuable partners on the Casper ecosystem that are building, that are doing solid things. I'm very excited for this. Now, I want to take you guys real quick over to Casper's Price. So yes, Casper's Price has been doing pretty good so far. I'm still looking at 5.5 cents. I'm watching it closely, but outside of that realm, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about a few things. So one, the valuations. Listen, we could go back to the $1.33 all-time high. We could talk about that all day long if you want. ICO pricing is a little bit weird to look at, but again, what I mainly look at when I look at Casper's Price is the fact that yes, we are sitting at about 5 cents almost. We are sitting at $500 million in market cap. That is practically nothing when you go over to the cryptocurrencies tab and you look at some of these other projects here, and these are bear market pricing. So when you think about the market cap around some of these bear market tokens like ADA or XRP or Dogecoin or, you know, Shiba Inu, like, it's really crazy to put things into perspective like that, because as you look and compare Casper out to most of these other projects out here, like, look at the X amount of the upside that we have on some of these market caps. Like, a $50 billion market cap would be over a 100x opportunity run. If we had ADA's market cap today, we would be sitting at about $1.39. To put things into perspective a little bit more, Shiba Inu, we would be sitting at 61 cents, a 12x from today. Now, let's look at Ethereum. A 501x, this isn't even at the all-time high. The all-time high is about roughly almost $550 billion. It's practically this level on Bitcoin. A 1,172x, listen, this is not going to happen overnight. You know, you're not going to invest $10 into Casper today and all of a sudden, boom, tomorrow you're rich. No. But in time, as things start to blossom out on these networks, I do believe that Casper could hit some of these higher valuations. You know, when you have, think about it like this, when you have enterprises building out on some of these networks, transacting in the billions to trillions of dollars per year, like, think about what that does to the network's value. Think about the network effects of retail combined with enterprises, combined with institutional grade clients. Like, there's so much money to be made in this market if you pick the right ones. Casper, to me, is a no-nonsense project. They're not sitting here promising the future or anything like that. They're sitting here building. They're sitting here giving you the facts. They're not here to, you know, persuade you to be an investor or anything like that. I've seen far too much hype around this market where we have, you know, the idea of like, oh, well, it's doing this, when all in reality, there's really nothing happening on the network. As you look at Casper on, again, front-facing value, look at what's happening behind the scenes. Look at what truly is happening compared to other networks. I truly believe that this could very well be a 100x opportunity run, but also I think that long term, this could very well do hundreds of X's, meaning a 200x, 300x, 400. Like, we have no idea at the scope, but at a $100 billion market cap, we would be sitting at almost $10 for Casper, a 199x opportunity run. Think about that logically. Now do the math on staking, right? Because you could earn 10.6% on your Casper. Think about that when Casper is at $5, $6, $7. Like, it's so worth it when you look at some of these projects that are proof of stake, that are offering such incredible value. And then also the supply to staked ratio combined with the 8% year over year. Listen, that inflation is absolutely nothing when you think about enterprises. I've said it time and time again. And then DeFi as well. Look at today, I will say this. Ethereum is doing very well. Ethereum has a massive amount of TVL. Currently sitting at $61.62 billion. It makes up about 67.5% of the total value locked on all chains. But when the day comes where Ethereum has now a ton of competitors, which is today, and we start to see value shifting, I wonder what truly happens then. Because I believe that the next evolution of crypto will be efficient networks that are boasting the most amount of enterprise grade usage and utility. And Casper, in my opinion, is one of them, right next to Hedera, right next to XRP, Algorand, etc. And I think Kevin Cage said it perfectly himself in three tweets in this thread. He said, Casper, upgrading and maintaining smart contracts should be simple for enterprise and government adoption. It's not with Ethereum. You'd have to either do contract migrations, data separation, proxy patterns, strategy patterns, and or diamond patterns. It's simple with Casper. As a result, $3.5 billion worth of funds like Skybridge are partnering with them to help Fortune 2000 customers. Real tech for real enterprise adoption. Like I said, they're not sitting here with nonsense. This is straight up facts. Our smart contract packaging tools enable you to upgrade your contracts and specify how the state of the contract is managed, specify whether a contract is upgradable or immutable, version your contracts, and depreciate old versions, old versions, set permissions around who can perform contract upgrades as well. Listen, compare Casper to Ethereum. I love to do the comparisons of Ethereum to some of these other networks because listen, Ethereum, a lot of people think that Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin. It's going to be the #1 token for another, 5-10 years. No, that's not the case in my opinion. Technology and tech stacks matter. Casper has one of the most interesting, if not, it is the most interesting tech stack in the game right now because of the upgradability, because of how it could evolve clients' needs. This is what these enterprises will want. They want to evolve their smart contracts. They want to evolve their business workflows. That is what they demand. And when you have the supply for that demand, and I mean demand on a large scale, well, guess what? Then you see the value coming in. Then you see the volume as well. It is going to be a very interesting future to see where Casper does go. I'm not saying that Casper is going to be 1,000x tomorrow or next month or next year or even 5 years down the road. But I do believe that long term, Casper will soon make a lot of individuals very wealthy because of the value tied to it, because of the no nonsense, because of the constant building, and also they are starting to hype the substance a little bit now, which I personally love to see because, again, marketing is key, community growth is key, and Casper has pretty much all of it. So I'm very excited for the future around Casper. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. Others up that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.